Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Well, as you guys know, my channel is about empowering people. You might notice that I call myself the advisor, and that is for a reason. The main purpose of starting this channel is to pass on information. Why? Because I want to empower people. And as we all know, knowledge is power. No one, absolutely no one, will ever come on one of my videos and watch it right through and not get something that can make them more powerful than the day before. Anyway, guys, a friend of mine came to me. Well, as a matter of fact, he's a customer of mine for many years, and we eventually became really nice, good acquaintances. And he came to me with an issue. And after I gave him the advice, I felt, I need to make a video of this because I can help a whole lot more people if they hear what I told him and the information he got from it. Anyway, he sat with me one day and I gave him my undivided attention. Here is the issue he had. He sort of, maybe I should call it, inherited a shop, a nice little shop building in a rural community. It is like family property, but it has been locked up for a while, and he decided to make use of that shop. He has free reign to do what he wants to do with it. And he decided to do a wholesale. Why he wanted to do a wholesale is because he said the community fairly large, having a few thousand people, but it doesn't have it has some small grocery shops, but it hasn't got a proper big wholesale, and he was thinking of going big. Prior to this, the building it was being used as a hardware, but it was closed down some years ago, maybe about 10 years, and had been locked up. Now he wants to make use of it. But here is his problem. He wants to know, he said, boy, Xavier, let me tell you something. I think this place needs a proper wholesale, a big real grocery environment. But here is the thing. I have just never seen a black man run a big wholesale and it is successful. I've just never seen it. What have we been doing wrong? I don't want to open it and then have to lock it down because I make mistakes. What have we been doing wrong? He said, look, I have enough money, can stock it out and get it going. But I don't want to lose my money. But I know there's enough people in this area where if I can provide the things that they need, believe me, they won't have to go into the main town and buy anything because I know I can stack it to sell everything and sell it at a reasonable price. Well, surprisingly, I had some things in my heart for a while that I wanted to say about black men and wholesale and things, and I just had to feed him with all of that information. But guys, before I tell you what I tell him, here's a piece of empowering information I want you to have. How many of you listening to my channel now have a small digital scale in your kitchen? One of those little digital thingy that you can just weigh a little stuff on. Well, I know it's not a lot of Jamaicans, but this is something you need to start doing. Now, the reason why I asked, you're going to see how I'm going to link it back to the advice I gave the man. Just hang on. You see this little digital scale, it can help you to save a lot of money. It can help you to shop very, very wisely. From I was a young man in my 20s, I've already had a scale in my kitchen. That way I know who to buy from who not to buy from, when I've been robbed and when I have gotten bargains. And guys, for those of you who doesn't have a digital scale, let me tell you, then cheap. Them not cost nothing. The maximum you're gonna get one for is about 1,500 or 1,008. So they don't cost any money. I'm going to be showing you a small one I have in a few minutes, and that one is like $800. But if you can't, $800 is what? The price of 2 red stripe or thereabouts. I'm not even quite sure the price of a red stripe, but I know it's probably 400 or so for a beer at the supermarket. I'm not even sure, but around there. So they don't cost anything that anybody who can afford 2 beer couldn't buy. The only thing with this one that I have, it only show ounces, not pounds. So it only show ounces, like any amount of ounces. It shows it, but it doesn't tell you how many pounds. So if you want to buy, if you understand like me, you know ounces, 16 ounces, 1 pound, 32 ounces, 2 pounds, 64 ounces, that's 4 pounds and so on. You can work out your pounds and ounces and work out your weight. But if you're not so good at that, buy one that show the pound, that will tell you 1 pound 6 ounces, 2 pound 4 ounces, 3 pound 10 ounces, whatever. So you can work out your thing better. That one, of course, is the more expensive one, going close to 15 or 1800. Don't go cheap like me and buy the $800 one. But at the time when I bought it, I didn't know it didn't show pounds. I thought it did show both pounds and ounces. Anyway, now back to what I was saying. You know why the main reason why black man can't run grocery shop or a good wholesale? Because black man want get rich too quick. So them thief. Black people does not give the right weight when people come into wholesale and buy retail stuff like sugar, flour, cornmeal, rice, and so on. Any retail stuff that they weigh out, like even meat, they do not give the customer their right weight. You see, when you go in a black man shop and you're buying something, you buy say a pound of rice, for example, he is going to give you 15 ounces, which is 1 ounce less a pound, or 14 ounces sometimes. If you buy 2 pounds, you get pound and 3/4. That is how black people run grocery shop. And then these same black people ball say, listen, them gone over the Chinese shop, gone buy, and them not buy from we, and them just gone buy from the Chinese man, and them one black man them not buy from. How them for buy from you when you're so damn thief? Now, imagine you have to rob 16 people, 1 ounce a piece. Okay, let's say a pound of sugar costs what? About $1.50. Say you rob them 1 ounce a piece. You have to now turn around and rob 16 people in order to make $1.50 Jamaican dollars. If you have a God and you think that is worth it, where that going to fit you? Where that going to put you? So, you see, for those people who have a kitchen scale and when they take home the sugar or flour or rice and they weigh it at home and they realize that you're not giving them the right weight, what they do? They go to the Chinese shop, because the Chinese shop is not going to rob you. If the Chinese shop is robbing you, him take half an ounce. And this matters to people, because if the Chinaman takes half ounce from you and you put it on the scale and it's 15.5 ounces, yeah, I mean, they look at 10 grain of sugar, that would bring it up to the other half ounce. You don't pay that no mind. If the thief in China, and it have to be a real thief in China, because Chinese people give you your right weight. But if the Chinaman rob you, him not taking more than half an ounce. Black man, him take 2 ounces out of a pound of sugar, him give you 14 ounces. You buy 2 pound, you lose 1/4 pound, because it might take 4 ounces, which is 1/4 pound. So I said to him, brethren, that is the first thing you should never ever do. Never ever do that. Give the people their right weight. But at the same time, he was sounding a bit skeptical about what I said to him. So him say he's not sure about that. He has never weighed anything when he buy it from the shop, but he just doesn't think the Chinese are any less thief than the black man. Well, my office is in downtown Kingston, so I say, all right, let's just go over on East Queen Street where we have a line of grocery shops, and let's just go buy something and let us test it. Now, I'm not gonna go in a black man shop. I'm just gonna go in a Chinese shop, and we're going to see if Chinese thief. And if we don't see the Chinese thief, then I will have a point. Him say yes, all right. But when I was going to the shop, I was a bit timid because I am here cold calling on somebody saying I'm gonna prove something, and I was not in cahoots with the Chinaman or anything. So if I buy something and this experiment failed, I mean I don't think I could stand up as a consultant again. But having bought in Chinese shops and having weighed my goods with them on many occasions compared to black man shop, I think I had a good chance of pulling this one off blindly. So he walked with me to a particular Chinese shop, and I bought 4 pounds of granulated sugar. Well, I had planned on doing some cucumber juice. I know if you're doing cucumber juice, brown sugar make it look too weird. So I decided to use granulated. I bought 2 pound packs. Then went back to the office, got out my scale, and I weighed them. Now, my behind I got twick when I put them on the scale, But look at what happened. When I put the first one on the scale, it was 32.1 ounce. That means 16 ounces is a pound. 2 pounds is 32 ounces. So, we get 2 pounds and a few extra grains. Now, when I put on the second one, it weighed 33.1 ounce. So I even got an extra ounce and a little over on the second 2 pound pack. Now, me I go ask which nigger man shop you going to go in and get this? And that is why black people cannot run wholesale. Cause them too thief, and black people realize that they cannot get the right weight. And it so happens meats too. If it's a grocery shop and you're selling meats, I'm tell him do not do that. You see, as long as you give everybody the right weight, you will end up with one of the most successful grocery shops any black man could ever own. At the same time, I'm going to big up a particular wholesale run by black people that gives you your right weight. And it's the one I see in Jamaica. If there is more, somebody can tell me. There is a wholesale at the corner of Beeston Street and Wildman Street. Same place in downtown Kingston. And it's called Bill's Wholesale. And Bill's Wholesale is run by a lady called Mrs. Rainford. And believe me, you're going to miss Mrs. Rainford place, and you're going to get your weight, and you're going to get everything at a very reasonable price. No, this is Mrs. Rainford place. No, I'm not really advertising for her, but I'm just saying this is the one beacon of hope I have for black people running wholesales in Jamaica. And she run a wholesale as big as any Chinaman would. So it's not all bad for us. It worked for her, and if it can work for Mrs. Rainford, it can work for anybody. Do not do it. Along with that, do not overprice your stuff. Sell it even a few cents less. Believe me, you're getting a lot more customers. You're getting a lot more customers when people realize, because the illusion you're giving is that it's cheaper, even though it might be only a few cents. People gravitate towards that, and you get more volume. You get more volume in sales, and you get more dedicated customers, and that helps your business to grow. One final thing I tell him: when you're getting staff, get a specific caliber of worker. When your customer come into your business place, you want them to feel very welcome. You want them to feel appreciated and that they are treasured. Get get workers that have manners. You can pick up who have manners from the very, very first minute they step into your business place. Listen to how they talk, you look at how they dress, you look at their demeanor, how they answer questions, and how respectful they speak to each other and to you, and if they use proper English. So I'm not saying it is a grocery shop, so you don't expect somebody with a bachelor's degree to be applying for the job. Nevertheless, one doesn't need a higher education in order to be courteous and respectful. All you need to do is to come out of a proper home, no matter how poor or uneducated you are. I even offered to interview staff for him because I know what to look for, because I have done occupational psychology, so I understand how to get his staff. But I'm telling you guys, if you're going to ever run a grocery shop, please do not short nobody. Wait and you will succeed. That's the greatest thing that the Chinaman over the black man. Don't do it. You're going to fail. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.